Welcome back to adftestprep.com. In this video we will continue our JOA test breakdown. Today we will be discussing the abstract reasoning section of the JOA. If you wish to purchase over 600 practice test questions, from as little as $9.99, check the link in the description, or head to adftestprep.com. The abstract reasoning section of the JOA encompasses 17 of the 51 questions. It is designed to test your ability to identify sequences and inconsistencies in groups of images. This requires you to understand context within questions and come up with your own interpretation. Answering the questions correctly depends on how you interpret the question. There are multiple different types of abstract reasoning question you will encounter on the JOA. We will only discuss 3 examples in this video. Let's have a look at this first question. The question asks you which figure will complete the series. To identify this, we must find the pattern of the sequence. We can see from the first row that the first image plus the second image equals the third image. Therefore the sequence is 1 plus 2 equals 3. We can see this pattern repeated in the second row. Therefore the image that completes the series in the final row, and therefore the answer to this question, is option C. Let's move on to this second question. This question asks you to spot which 2 images do not belong with the 6. The easiest way to execute this question is to group the items into pairs. As we can see here, these 2 are identical, same as these 2. We can then determine that this item and this item are the ones that do not belong with the 6. Let's move on to the final question. This question asks you to determine the plan of this sequence and therefore which item should complete it. We can start with the arrow here. Let's say 1/2 side is 1 space. We can see it alternates moving between 90 and 45 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction for each space. This is the same for the line, however it rotates in the clockwise direction. Now we know the rule, let's use it to answer the question. Using the arrow, let's follow the pattern. It starts with a 90-degree move, then a 45, then 90, then 45. Therefore the final movement will be 90 degrees, which is indicated in both answers B and C. Now we must follow the pattern of the line in order to determine the answer. We can see it starts with a 45-degree move, then a 90-degree move, then 45, then 90. So the final movement will be 45 degrees. This gives us the answer as being option C. This concludes our final publicly available breakdown of the JOA. If you want to practice before the test, or if you have any questions, head to our website, linked in the description. We sincerely wish you the best of luck on the JOA and your journey into the Defense Force.